I am cozy and in bed. I had a really good day with my interviews. I think they both went really well. So, feeling optimistic that something will come of them. Boog is currently trying to dig his way to China. I had 2 cups of tea because I got home late from the interviews. Didn't get home until probably like 7. So I sat on the couch and drank 2 cups of tea. I mixed a bag of mint tea and then chamomile both times that I made it. And it was very yummy. I love that mix. And caught up with a family member, caught up with my brother-in-law. And now I got ready for bed. Used my new pink mouthwash, which was so great. So I'm going to finally, after like a few days of putting it off, I finished a book on Friday and it is now Monday night and I haven't started anything yet. Simply because once I'm like in a book, at least so far, because I just started really reading, I can like really sit down and read for literal hours. But starting a book, it feels so intimidating and so like there's nothing to make me like want me to do it because I don't know the storyline yet. So I'm gonna bite the bullet because I'm liking reading like at least 15 minutes before bed because it gets me like sleepy. Shocker. Not like it's supposed to do that. So I'm about to start ACOTAR per Nikki's recommendation. And I'm excited. It's gonna be my first fantasy novel. I will see if I like it or if I don't like it. I'm also wearing some new blue light glasses. They're the same one as my tortoiseshell ones, but I feel like it's really hard to tell. They're like dark green. You can see there kind of with the light coming through. They read more like really dark green in low lighting, but in daylight they read very like bright translucent green. So I'm excited to see how they look because I literally just got them this evening. And yeah, so I can start my book. Updates to come. So that's my little entry for the night. Good night, guys. What? The last clip that you saw of me in this exact spot crying was almost exactly this time yesterday. So I finished the first book in ACOTAR. I was not expecting it to make me sob there in the end. Also, if you've read the series, you know the insane plot twist that happens at the end of the first book, which is where you saw me shocked, perplexed, some might say. Wasn't quite expecting that to happen. So my overall rating of this book, honestly, I feel nervous giving it such a high rating because this is just the first one, and I do feel like there is a chance I will love the other ones more based on what everyone has told me. I'm gonna give her a 4.5. Not really much to complain on. I was sucked in within the first few chapters, so it's a good book. It was my first fantasy novel. I didn't know what to expect. I did have to ask my friend Nikki, who this book belongs to. I did have to ask her a few random questions in the beginning that I was confused about because I could not Google them without getting insane spoilers. And she was sweet enough to help me understand the like ranking of their world. That was the only time I feel like I was confused, and that was probably in the first 5 chapters, so made sense that I was confused. I didn't have much context, but yeah, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Love it. Literally about to go pick up the second copy, or I'm sorry, the second book in this series from Nikki right now. Return the first one. I will probably also get the third because though I wanted to go through this quicker than I did. I started it last Tuesday, ended it yesterday, which was Sunday evening. I did want to get through it faster, but I had a super busy weekend, so I didn't read at all Friday evening or all of Saturday. Otherwise, I do feel like I would have finished it because I started Sunday around like 4:30 p.m., right about 50% in, and then I just sat on the couch and finished it. And that's the clip you saw. So I'm hoping to get through the second one a little bit quicker, but yeah, I'm obsessed. I feel like a lot of my waking thoughts are about the characters in this book, which is crazy. So I love this book. About to go get the second one. It's so good. It's so good. If you know, you know. Also, side note, to give some context of where I have been the last few days since I vlogged, it has been a bit of a crazy like week and a half ever since I started vlogging in general. Found out that I needed to find a new job. My current nanny position was ending like I mentioned in my last one. And yeah, ever since then, it's kind of been like a grind to interview with families, put a lot of like mental energy towards that. Also, since then, we've had a hurricane here in Atlanta. It was more of a tropical storm for us, but it was heavy in general because the surrounding areas of us, as I'm sure most of you know, a lot of North Carolina is devastated and they're still figuring that out. Parts of Florida, it's so sad, and today is leading up to the next hurricane hitting. I believe it's called Hurricane Milton, and yeah, a bunch of people I care about are having to evacuate, a bunch of Alex's family. It's pretty scary. So along with finding a new job, I just feel like the mood has been a bit heavy. I've been so sucked into reading, and that's a great thing. I do feel like I need to figure out how to better balance my hobbies because I'm kind of like all or nothing with whatever I do. Before I started reading, before I started vlogging, so much of my like fun random thing that I was putting a lot of time into was learning French on Duolingo. I have like a 180-day streak. There's been a few streak freezes in there if you use Duolingo, which basically means I've like accidentally skipped a day and then you come back and it resumes your streak. So there's been a few of those over, I think I started in like March or April since then. But other than that, I've been really consistent with it. And now that I have spent so much time reading in the last 2 weeks, it has been a struggle to keep up with it. It's like I'm very much so commit to one extracurricular at a time, one like special interest, I guess you could say. So for a second there, it was vlogging. Well, I say a second. For one vlog, I was making sure to stay on top of, you know, getting footage, doing fun things that I could get footage of, all of that. So busy like 2 weeks for me, but I am gonna try to better balance it out. Hello. I got it. I took my camera to get a video of Nikki handing me the second book, and I forgot my memory card. So we are back home. Boog is so happy I'm back from my 30-minute trip. I'm so glad this one is thicker because it like wasn't enough, which is crazy because it's like this book. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say it is a thick book, but then looking at it compared to the second one, I'm like, oh, the first one was nothing. I'm so excited. So excited, in fact. The second I got home 2 seconds ago, I did order the series on Amazon so that I have my own copies because I don't think that I can like last. I don't think that I can continue this cycle of being obsessed with this book and not own it, because the second I finish the second one, I need it. Like, I need the third one in my hands. I need it at my disposal. I need to be able to highlight and leave notes if I need to, you know? Anyway, let's go make some tea.
And I think I'll take some flowers and a couple extra hours to tell them all about my little life. Well, I'm going down to Robert's place. It's there beneath the tree. I don't know if he will recognize said no, he won't hear me, he's just bone. Feel much better to know he might care at all. And I see, yes I see that he's 6 feet under me, but sometimes I hope he's down the hall. Well, I'm going down to Robert's place, it's more than overgrown, but I swear I'll make it look real nice.